Hey y'all, this is Officer Karen Law Dog reporting live to you from my front yard of my home. That's once again been deemed by Kern County Code Compliance to constitute a public nuisance. Folks, do you see anything thus far that would constitute a public nuisance? You saw my live earlier. I was up on the east side conducting essential business. So clearly I didn't rush home and all of a sudden beautify and enhance my home so that it would no longer constitute a public nuisance. Okay? I'm going to turn this camera around, folks, so that I can give you a full view here of the front of my property. This is my beautiful yard. This is my fence, folks, that I was forced to put up because my property has been vandalized at my home 3 times since March 29th, folks. Approximately $14,000 was done to that beautiful Dodge Challenger Hemi. My Cadillac Escalade, folks, is in the shop right now, but that had about $5,000 worth of damage. Folks, these mats here, these are nice quality exercise mats. And this is some new dirt that I had put in here to level this out. These are my decorative rocks, folks. We're in the middle of a project. And this is my dinghy here. And this is my rickshaw that I cover up so that the sun doesn't bake it. But being the little perfectionist that I am, I always keep it nicely covered. That's the mule chair right there. Those who know. When I get a mule visitor, that's his chair, and that's my recycling over there. Folks, this is my house, and it's been deemed a public nuisance once again by the County of Kern. Now, in the comment section, folks, I'm going to be putting up pictures of my neighbors so that we can see what really constitutes a public nuisance. Now, let's talk about the Kern County Code Compliance letter that came in the mail today. And you want to talk about United States Postal Service corruption? This is called a return a receipt. And the purpose of this return a receipt is so that the sender, that being Kern County Public Works, can verify that I in fact received this. But because it doesn't bear my signature and the card was left on the envelope, there's no proof that I ever got this except for my honesty. Kern County Code Compliance wants to inform me that I have a 30-day notice and order to abate, because this is what happens to people who expose corruption, folks. They get targeted. They get buried in unnecessary paper of all kinds of shit. It's called intimidation. It's RICO, Kern County. So, allegation number 1, I'm constructing without benefit of permits. They're most likely talking about that fence, and I'm going to get to that fence. Second violation, construction within the required setback. Let me show you these fucking shit stains. I'm so pissed at their ass. Motherfucker, we already... See this? Shit stain? This is my setback, okay? See this? See my neighbor down there? See that crack See that crack? See this crack? See this crack right here? That's the setback right there. I haven't constructed shit. Okay, but you keep telling yourself that. You see my neighbor across the street? Do the math. His setback goes right there to his driveway crack. Just like mine is actually well before the crack. Do you see that? Hey, a picture's worth 1,000 words, folks. A video's worth 1,000 pictures, but a screenshot's forever and priceless. So that's the second violation. They're alleging that my fence isn't within the required setback, which it clearly is. Next false and defamatory RICO violation. Fence in excess of height restriction, Kern County zoning ordinance per base district. I'm going to put in the comment section all of my neighbors' fences that clearly are in excess of the height restriction. A front fence is 4 feet. Folks, did I even fucking build a front fence yet? No, I did not. Did I build a fucking front fence yet? No. You're putting the horse before the cart before the horse. Backyard is 6 feet. I haven't done shit to my backyard. My fence in the back is the same damn fence that's been here for 20 plus years, as long as I've lived here. So that's another lie. 8.44, failure to keep premises free from creating a public nuisance. Kern County Health and Safety Code, public nuisance. Remedy, remove items creating a public nuisance. What the fuck is creating a public nuisance? So when I'm done with this video, I'm going to slither through my neighborhood. I'm going to take pictures of all the crime scenes that they passed getting here to issue me this bullshit. And it's going to be in the comment section. I want you all with a thumbs up to vote on where the public nuisance is. I mean, again, I'm going to do another lap here of my house, this front of my house. I was literally on the east side, came home from conducting essential business, picked this shit up out of my mail. Did I have time to clean up this alleged public nuisance? No, I don't have a public nuisance. They're full of shit. So anyway, the allegation says that I'm constructing without benefit of a permit. See, this is why you have too many chiefs and not enough Indians, and this is how I have proof that this is harassment. You know what the fuck this is? Shit stain. This is a receipt. When I went down to the planning department with my map and with my money, and I paid for those permits that they're saying I don't have. That's what this is. Again, you can take it to the bank. If the law dog says that she's being harassed and she's being retaliated against and that she's being targeted and she's being and that selective enforcement's going on in Kern County against those who expose corruption or stand up to it or exercise their constitutional rights, you can take that shit to the bank. So I'm going to flip this camera around one more time. Like I said, when I'm done with this video, I'm just going to take a drive through the neighborhood. I'm going to take a couple of pictures of all the crime scenes that they had to pass getting to my house with their false allegations. And by the way, on Tuesday, when I was part of the Unseat Scrivner event downtown with my horse, is what happened on Sunday. See that? Broken glass. See that? Broken glass. See this? Broken glass. See this? Broken glass. That's what two shit stains did to my trailer on Sunday. Hey, if you have a problem with me, come knock on my door. Let's talk about it. That's how we did shit back in the day. my kids for the benefit of my nonprofit, assisted equine therapy to disabled, to veterans, and to underprivileged youth. And you're going to come to my house and trash my shit to try to prevent me from doing what I do? You're a coward. That's what you are. Why are you destroying my shit? Why is the county constantly making these allegations against me? I'm not going away, folks. I'm going to keep exposing corruption. I'm going to keep calling a spade a spade. I'm going to just keep rolling and doing what I do, because I know that in the end of times, right will be wrong and wrong will be right. And I'm on the right side, folks. You may not like my method, but you know what? Things don't always get done by being the soft voice in the crowd. Sometimes you have to be loud. Sometimes you have to say things that bring attention to your cause, and you have to put it in ways that may sometimes not be favored by people. But when that happens, maybe that's what my public nuisance is, folks. Look. My solar light here is leaning a little bit. So, maybe that's the public nuisance that the county's bitching about. And by the way, Kern County Public Works, I'm going to show you right here where these complaints are coming from. It's coming from ZZ Top and his wife, who live right there. And it's retaliation because not only did he have for months, folks, out of the motor pool, those are your tax dollars, had that shit sitting on the side of his house. You know what else he had? A refrigerator without taking the door off on the street, so that some innocent child could come along. Oh, public nuisance. Take a look at that. In this property, you want to talk about public nuisance. I had to come down the way anyway, so no, I have nothing better to do. But I'm going to show you some fences that they had to pass. Right here's the guy that works for Kern County Code Compliance, county exempt, right there. I'm in a public space. There you go. There they are, husband and wife. There's your tax dollars, hard at work. I mean, look at this shit stain. This is his Jeep encroaching upon his neighbor's area here with his Jeep. Those are all his vehicles. You want to talk about a public nuisance? Right there, Kern County Code Compliance. They had to pass that crime scene. How about this? How about this? Pretty sure you had to pass that getting to my house. How about this? Does this look like this is a 4-foot fence? How about that in the driveway, exactly like mine does? You can see where this fence has been. You can clearly see that's higher than 4 feet. Clearly higher than 4 feet. Had to pass that crime scene to get to my house. Public nuisance right there with a flat tire. That car isn't going anywhere. That truck's parked backwards against traffic. Public nuisance. I haven't even gotten to the best property yet. Wait until you see that. Just bear with me. Hey, Ira. Hey, Mary. Want you to see some more public nuisances that they had to pass. And you know what's funny is they claim that they only address citizen complaints, meaning they don't go out into the public and actively search for complaints. So that means that if you have a beef with your neighbor, like I have with Aaron and Kelly Sanders, I'm going to get these notices in the mail every month, like clockwork. Pretty much like I've already been getting them. Hey, look at it. Look at what we got here. We got an RV up on Jack's. None of that looks safe. But hey, ain't my business till it is my business. Like I said, this is all what we would call, what's the word for it? Charles has a great word for it. Whenever somebody gets caught up in something, they're a victim of, I forget what it's called. I didn't even get to the best house yet. Check out this. We got a sidewalk here. Remember the setback that they said that I didn't accommodate for? Again, everybody's, you can see the setback starts at the crack of everybody's driveway. Check out this trailer up on the sidewalk, impeding the sidewalk. Check it out. Look at this. Public nuisance. Right here's your setback, right here. If this is your sidewalk, if the county wanted to come in and build a sidewalk, this is where it would be. This is all county property out here. Coming out hot. Now, here's a prime example of what constitutes. This is the front door to this property. So what the county law is that from the front edge of the property, which would be right there, that fence can only be 6 feet until you get to the setback. What the hell do you call this? I'd say that this clearly exceeds the requirement. This one doesn't count because their front door is not right there on that side. So this is okay. Well, then again, maybe it's not okay because it's supposed to even be 6 feet in the back. Unless, of course, you have a special permit, 6 feet. 6 feet, folks. What do you think? Think we got 6 feet here? I'm 5 feet. They had to pass this. This is brick. This ain't going anywhere. But they had to pass this to get to my house. Wait until you see the real public nuisance. Oh, well, there's one right there. Here, let me zoom in on this. How'd you like to live next door to that neighbor? And again, folks, you want to come after me? Then I'm going to point out everything else that you did miss that clearly evidences the violations that you're falsely accusing me of. If y'all don't think that this is a nuisance, hey, slap me down all around. But I'm going to argue that this is a public nuisance. I mean, I don't think that garage has been closed in years. I don't think you can get it closed. It's probably a hoarder. So there you go. Now I'm going to get down here to the best fence of all and the best public nuisance of all. And then we're going to show the setback again. Hey, Carol. What's going on? Well, aside from my trailer being vandalized on Sunday, conveniently less than a week after trying to unseat Scrivner, and of course I had my trailer downtown with my horses, and then my trailer was targeted on Sunday, but no worries, we got video, and just a matter of time before the Caucasian female driver and the Hispanic passenger who was leaned out of his car while he was trashing my windows on my trailer. That was on Sunday. Then I get home today and I have a notification from the county that my house is a public nuisance and that the fence I'm erecting, I'm doing so without the required permits, and I'm exceeding the height requirements. And I just wanted to show all my beautiful neighbors. This is clearly higher than 4 feet. The county fences in the front cannot be higher than 4 feet. On the side, 6 feet. Clearly, you can see that this is higher than the 4 feet in the front. I don't know about the side. And then there's the setback. Again, you can see the setback is right from the crack of the driveway. So we're going to get over to my house, where my house doesn't even have a front fence at all, but yet I was cited for that. I'm pretty sure that this front fence right here is higher than 4 feet. So we're almost back to my house. And after you've taken a little jaunt through my neighborhood with me, again, let me know if this is 4 feet. And this property right here, folks, I've advised the county several times. I'm going to come back to this property in a second because I want you to see the real public nuisance of the neighborhood. Right there. Right there, folks. Right there. I mean, they're partially living in their driveway. Back fences aren't allowed to be higher than 6 feet. I'm 5 feet. Got to have a special permit. Check out this setback. See this? Now, which property exceeded their setback? Do you think it's this one? All the way out here, and you can even see the line, folks. See that spray paint right there? That's most likely where the setback starts. Look at how much he extended his property line. Look at where their property fence is. Their fence was professionally done. How do I know that? I've been in this neighborhood 20 plus years. I remember this when it was a vacant lot after it caught fire and somebody was using it to store their goats on. So I watched this property be built. I watched the fence be built. So I know for a fact that that property, that fence exceeds their property line. It's been submitted to the county numerous times, but it still stands. Do a search up in Facebook for code compliance, and then when it brings it up, hit posts, and you'll see how many of my posts, how many times I've been called out by code compliance. Down there's where the Muffin Man lives. That's what brought a lot of this retaliation about whenever I was assaulted, because he was down on my block all the way down here. Like, if you're going to break the law, do it down there where you live. Don't do it in front of my house. I'm a mandated reporter. Down here breaking the law. So I came out with my camera, because if you don't have a picture, then it didn't happen. He didn't like it. Tried to intimidate us. Followed me down to my house where I have the video. Of course, that triggered Charles. Then they're arguing. Next thing you know, I'm still filming him, leaving the neighborhood right there, asking his neighbor if he knew who he was, because I didn't have a name. That's when he came over and assaulted me. Somebody was kind enough to tell me who he was. I looked him up. He was facing 3 felony child sex charges. Whoa! Was out on bail at the time. Shouldn't even have been out. 3 felony charges, 94-page investigative report. Caught, 38-year-old man caught wanting to show his tallywhacker to a who he thought was a 14-year-old boy. And it was a Kern County sheriff, Cynthia Zimmer, you know, Zack Scrivner's aunt, who's protecting for Scrivner. Made it all go away. I called it out. I've been a fucking target ever since. Take a look at this fence. Again, back fence, not allowed to exceed 6 feet. I'm 5'4". Whoa! Had to pass that fucking fence before you worried about mine. So again, folks, I was up on the east side conducting essential business today. Came home, and in my mail, I had a certified letter that the United States Post Office dumped in my mail. Didn't even get my signature on it. People pay money for certified return of receipt. Didn't have me sign shit. Now, I could have lied and pretended I never got that, and I would have had a strong, valid case. But I'm honest. That shit's in the mail. Let's get to it longer. Let's talk about your false and defamatory allegations that my house is a public nuisance, folks. Here it is. This is my home, and this is what the county has issued me a notice in order to abate, falsely alleging that my property is a public nuisance, falsely alleging that my fence violates my front fence. Let's talk about it. I don't even have a front fence. As you can see, no front fence. This is wide, so that's a lie. That I violated my setback. I showed you several neighbors whose fences go right up here to this crack on their driveway. My fence is clearly behind. Second lie. Next lie is that this fence was constructed without the required permits. Folks, this is a receipt. This is the agent, Daisy Gaeta, with the planning department. Right there. That's who I met with when I paid my fees as a walk-in on May 9th at 1:59. More evidence, folks, of what they do in Kern County. If you're a thorn in their ass, they're going to bury you in legal paperwork, false allegations. Oh, I guess they don't want to come down. It's funny how somebody's coming in all hot and then all of a sudden they zip back around. Anyway, so that's what's going on, Carol. Let me see what you say here. They cited you for a fence that isn't even there. Yes. There's, on this letter, Carol, there is 4 allegations. The first allegation, as I said, is that I'm constructing the fence without the required permits. Here's the receipt. I went down on May 9th. Second false allegation, constructing within the required setback. Here's the required setback. As you can see, everybody else in the neighborhood, their fence comes all the way down to that first crack in their driveway. I don't have shit constructed there at all. Next allegation, fence in excess of height. Right there, that was the purpose of the special permit. I asked to exceed the height requirement because A, I have a dog that we all know is not a friendly dog, and B, I've had 3 vehicles vandalized since May 29th. I think we're going to need a little more than 4 feet on my fence, and especially when I showed you several neighbors in the neighborhood with fences well over 6 feet. Last allegation, failure to maintain a clean property. My house is a public nuisance. These are your elected officials, folks. These are the people running and spending your tax dollars and running this county. They are corrupt, they are vindictive, and it needs to be stopped. United we stand, divided we fall. Don't be a sheeple, folks. It's coming around the corner. You guys, trust me, if they can do this to the law dog, they can do it to you. The only difference is I know how to fight their bullshit. So anyway, let's see. So what happens when you get these notices? Do you get fined? It's a 30-day notice in order to abate. It's bullshit. It's paperwork. It sits my ass at the computer looking up all this bullshit, sending them a letter that I have to type up and send. It's time consuming. It's time. What's your time worth? My time when I have to take care of Charles as his in-home supportive services caretaker is very valuable. I don't have time for this stupid bullshit. Why should I have to answer stupid bullshit? But it's a game to them. Any other questions before I dip, folks? In the comment section, I will put some pictures up of the properties just within my walking distance and show you all the crime scenes that they had to pass to get to my house with their false and defamatory allegations that my house is a public nuisance and that I'm somehow violating ordinances and codes. So there you have it, folks. See you later.